Welcome everybody.
Let me sit down first.
Sorry, are you
Man.
sat down?
Not comfortable yet.
Okay, I'll let you start.
No, I'm comfortable now.
Okay. Welcome everybody. It's the 14th.
Is it really?
I think so.
Wow.
Yes.
It's been a week since I left home.
Mm-hmm.
A week ago today, hit the road.
And that means it's day 5 of the hunt. 10, 11, 12, 13,
Yep.
14. Day 5.
Day 5. And it just, last night was interesting because we're at a spot where we hear a lot of vocalization some years or some days of some years and not so much others. And last night was a party in the backyard.
Yeah.
A lot of bugles, and then settled down into a lot of different vocalizations and real guttural conversations out there, which leads me to believe that the rut is kicking in now. There's got to be some cows coming into season, and
Bulls are getting excited.
yeah, up till then they've been pretty quiet and just gathering cows and not wanting anybody to know where they're at with their cows. But now they're like, okay, I'm keeping these cows.
You stay away.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're starting to get a little more having words with each other.
That's right. A little more aggressive.
Yeah. Yep. So that was fun to hear last night.
Mm-hmm.
Good music to sleep to.
Yes. I didn't hear much of it. Apparently I was sleeping very well.
Hey, but you don't snore, so that's great.
Well, that's good.
This morning,
This morning.
3:45, the alarm goes off again.
Uh-huh. Never seems to fail. Always 3:45. Doesn't change it up.
Nope. Not unless we have to get up earlier,
Which we have not had to do so far.
or unless we get an elk when we can get up later.
That's right.
That would be my
That's
preference.
That's the preference, absolutely.
Getting up later is good.
But we got up at 3:45.
So I don't know if we mentioned in the last video or not that we had talked about going over by the bowl this morning where the meadow is. What is that? Northwest of where they bed? Would that be?
Somewhere over there,
Kind of,
yeah.
sort of. Yeah. And we had, in the meadow, we picked out a spruce tree to kind of use for cover for me, and then Ken backed off into the timber a little bit and set up to be the caller to hopefully pull somebody in out of the meadow.
Yeah. We were expecting them to come from the west, which is what we'd heard the vocalizations and kind of seemed like what the elk were doing over the last several days, and over the last couple of years I've noticed that as well. So
Yep.
That's what we were looking for.
Yep.
At about 6 o'clock, I hear something, and I look to my left and behind me, and I can see an elk coming towards me. I'm like, that's the wrong direction. So I sat down, because I had been standing, and I got on my phone, and I tried to blow up Chip's phone so he knew they were coming.
Chip had his phone on silent because he's hunting. Did
Vibrate.
not get any messages.
Vibrate.
That still makes noise in the pocket. Okay, next time it'll be on vibrate.
Just so that he would be aware they were coming. So I'm sitting down watching, trying to be low, and I see more of them coming down, and then they actually start walking right towards me. So I was sitting on a log. I then sat on the ground, curled up myself as much as I could, trying to pretend I'm a stump, and the lead cow, the lookout, walked past about 20 yards, broadside. Thankfully, it never looked at me, didn't get worried or anything, and continued on its way as all the rest of them slowly fed through, and the elk was bugling in the back.
And I heard the elk bugle, and then I check my phone for messages, and I get one liner about the elk, and then I get like 20 little things going, what the heck, what the heck, what the heck? These little emojis going, drink, 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 drink. Check your phone, check your phone, check your phone.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I can feel the panic through the phone. So I'm going, oh, well, something's going on here. Yeah, okay. So I look over my left shoulder towards where I figured Ken was, and then I could pick up the lead elk, cow elk, and then 2 elk behind her that looked like calves, looked smaller from my vantage point. And she was going to come right out into the meadow over my left shoulder. And I'm standing in front of a spruce tree. I'm not in a hide, in a blind, anything like that. I'm just standing in front of a spruce tree hoping that breaks up my shape. enough so that she doesn't pick me up. And I was doing okay with that. And she got to about 22, 24 yards out from me, and I'm sitting there with my crossbow like this, and I'm going, okay, she was coming quartering to me, and I'm not looking, that's not looking good, don't want that shot. So she finally turned a bit, gave me a broadside shot. I'm here, and as soon as I bring it up here to line up and fire, she's like, oh, I got you, bye. Game over.
And then they were gone.
Thundering hoofbeats.
Yes.
Into the distance.
And from where I was sitting, still crouched, peeking out from under my hat, I could see this elk slowly moving, and I couldn't see Chip, so I didn't quite know what his view was and if he could see the elk to know if I should call to catch its attention and stop it. And I was honestly just waiting for him to call and stop it and watch an arrow blow right through it, but
yeah, and
it didn't quite happen.
Didn't work that way, and I had trouble with my diaphragm call last night when I tried to call. I thought it was just had too much drool in my mouth or something.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't coming out right. And then I tried to call when that elk was there, and didn't have the sense to check it last night when we got back to camp, and it didn't work well. And so I pulled it out afterwards of course, and look at it, and I had split the latex in the diaphragm of the call. So my favorite call is toast. Been used enough and practiced with enough that it gave out. So.
Yep.
That's
what happened.
Here we are. We're still here. On the upside, we don't have to worry about keeping elk meat cool in warm weather. So the later in the season that we get it, the less worry we have for, the quality of our meat.
That is true.
So on the upside.
Yes. We heard a few more bugles, other elk moving around, spotted a couple more in the distance that had us pegged because we weren't paying attention where we were walking.
And we were so far away that it would have been, and it was open meadow. Yeah. It's like how it would have been, take a minor,
It was over 100 yards.
Yeah. And then if they wouldn't have seen us and we could have slipped in the timber and maybe snuck around a bit ahead of them, who knows, but that wasn't the case. But the bulls are more vocal, more aggressive, a lot more movement, it feels like. Just seeing between last night and this morning and the way things are going, it's very promising. We'll probably go back to sit tonight where we sat the other night, and I undershot at that cow.
Where we should go too, because it sure sounded like they went through there last night.
Yeah, and there's enough activity over that direction this morning.
Yeah.
Coming and going from there. So I think that's the plan. Right now we're going to take a walk.
Yeah.
Check cameras and make a lap.
Yep. Get a little exercise in.
Yeah, we don't have enough steps in yet today. Where are we at? Well, I'm only showing 8,500, so we're
well short of the.
Yeah.
Yeah. What am I at?
Yeah. Usually we got to have 10,000 by 10. That's at least so.
Yeah, mine says 7,000. So
we should make 10,000 by 10 today. Yep, we're off our pace. We better get going.
All right. Hopefully next update will be more excitement for you.
Woo! Or you can laugh at us. Either one. It's lunchtime.
Got some elk burgers with some fried onions and then some mashed potatoes.
Time to... And water, yeah. Time to refuel for the afternoon.
Yep.
That's looking like a good lunch.